Okay? Now the more comprehensive one, the overly cautious or high performance package, it's just basically encapsulates all that we just went over, but it also has a couple more things that may seem redundant, but can't be too safe when you like to push the envelope like myself, or if you've really been hurt in the past. So we're going to start off with a nice warrior lunge. Just, traditional neutral spine, getting a good stretch on the hip, come nice and tall, looking straight ahead, and we're just trying to feel a nice pull down here, okay? No pain in the back. If you're feeling that, you're not in the right position. Stay tall, elongate your spine. If you're 5'9" like me, you want to hit that 5'10" mark one day, you got to keep working. All right, I'm just kidding. What we're going to do to follow up that warrior lunge is we're going to also do that rectus femoris stretch again, because this, I'm not going to lie, this has been probably the most effective stretch I've learned in the last couple of years. It really takes away a lot of issues, loosens up the hip flexors. The rectus femoris is one of the quadriceps, one of the four muscles of the thigh here, front of the thigh. And it also does a big job when you're trying to move your leg like this. It gets real tight because of all the sitting we do. So you're going to do that for 15 seconds on each side as well. Then we'll follow it up with this more specific stretch for the psoas, one of the main hip flexors. When you hear hip flexion, most people think psoas, and this is what we're going to target here. So the same position as the warrior lunge. What we do, we're going to add a little rotation. If you have any back pain whatsoever, you better not do this. All right? So you're nice and tall. Then you add in a little rotation here. I rotate my body, and I also come a little with my arms, keeping that long spine. And you're going to feel a little more intensely up here, okay? Same 15 seconds. Okay? And after that, we follow it up with the 90-90 stretch. Aptly named because we create a 90-degree angle here and here. So you're basically going to make a 4 with your body. I like to, some people do this. I'm not a big fan. I like to keep a neutral spine because people have too much instability in the lumbar spine as it is. So we're here. We get a nice stretch. You're going to feel it in your buttock, all right? If I do the other side, you're basically going to feel it right in here, okay? And yes, one day your butt can be as shapely as mine. Sorry, a little inside humor for those who know me. What we're going to do next, we're going to have Mike come back in here. And this is where you have your option for your glute max exercise, the main muscle involved in hip extension, what you do every time you get out of a chair, every time you walk with a big step, you need to use your glute max to extend your hip. So in this case, you can do the Cook hip lift like we showed before, or you can lie on your back and you can do a glute bridge. A simple glute bridge has been in basically every major fitness magazine around. So he's nice and flat, he's going to keep a nice neutral lumbar spine, and he's going to lift his buttocks off the ground with a nice tight contraction. All right, good. And back down, come back up. He's really clenching the buttocks while keeping a relaxed head, neck, jaw, and he's breathing properly. He's not, holding his breath. Come back down. Now let's see a bad one, Mike. Let's see what it would look like if he's doing it improperly. Come up really high and you start extending here in the lumbar spine. He'd be using these muscles instead of the buttocks. Come back down and see a couple more good ones. Good. So he's going to keep nice and controlled. Come back down. One more. That's good. And back down, okay? Now that's exactly what we want to see. We're going to do 8 of those, okay? Then Mike's going to come up again. And he could either do the clam for the glute medius, or he could do the X-band walk here. Just come in there, boom. It's nice and tall. You make an X with the band. He's going to try and externally rotate his forearms here, okay? And he's going to bend his knees slightly. Let's take a couple of steps to the left. He's keeping nice and controlled. His belt line stays fairly level. And as you'll see, he's going to start turning red, But, it's not that hot in here. It's just actually a very difficult movement. He's going to come back this way. And let's tell you, it's going to start burning, just like when we were doing the clam, right in that little spot in the butt there. Okay, he's doing a good job keeping a poker face. But let's show a couple of what it looks like when you do it improperly. He's going to start, it's going to look like he's dancing, This ain't Arthur Murray. We're trying to turn the butt. We're trying to attract the opposite sex here. Now that's the improper way. So now he's going to tighten up again. You're going to see he keeps a neutral belt line here. Let's walk to the side again. It's a small step. If you're taking big steps, either your band's not very strong or you're cheating like hell. So I'm going to say shorten it, go slower, really work on your technique. Okay, thanks, Mike. And then what we're going to do here, thanks. Come on out. We're going to do a quick test to see how strong the psoas, that main hip flexor, is. So what you do, you come against the wall here. And the reason we're doing this is because the psoas is the only hip flexor that works when you get above 90 degrees here. So once my knee comes above here, because of its attachment on the lumbar spine, the psoas is the only hip flexor that's still working. So you lift your leg up nice and tall here, and then you're going to let go. You're going to try and stay nice and tall. Now my psoas are working properly because I'm in good alignment right now. But what you often see, is you're going to see this, you lift up and you let go and it starts to sink. Because your psoas isn't doing its job, things are compensating. So the correct way to do this is you come up and you hold it there. Don't hold your breath. You keep it tall. Okay? If you have trouble doing that, what's going on? The test is also the same way you're going to correct it. You're just going to work on holding as long as you can without holding your breath. Relax. One other way people cheat, I'll pretend I'm still on the wall, is they'll lift their leg up here, and then they'll round their back. Be like, it didn't fall. See, I let go. It didn't go anywhere, but all they did was they compensated here, just like most people. Okay? So then to finish off the comprehensive one, the overly cautious or high performance package, I'm going to throw in another R phase drill from Z Health. In this case, the hip circle. So what I do here is I come nice and tall, elongate my spine, and I'm working on the hip joint again. I'm going to very slowly create a nice circle with a straight leg. Stay tall, stay relaxed. Okay? Nice circle in here. It looks easy, it's deceptively hard. If you do it slowly, I mean anyone can do this, but if you actually go nice and slow, like the speed I'm recommending, 8 to 10 seconds per rep, actually is pretty hard. And then we're going to come out to the side too. Try not to lean. Most people won't be able to do this without holding on to something because they'll be all over the place. In this case, I got pretty good balance, but you hold on to something here, you stay tall, and we're going to do also out to the side, an abduction. Same circle, nice and tall. Okay, maybe even a little slower. I kind of sped it up because I'm a little amped up right here. All right, so that basically concludes how to do the overly cautious or high performance package. Now, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to email me, my@yuhaniak.com. Appreciate you watching, and I hope you learned something. Thanks.